Okay, so this is how I blow my emu eggs. The little hole in the top. This is a 5/16 drill bit. And I found this is the neatest one because there aren't any of those little spikes on the side. Of course, my old arthritic and broken hands won't hold it very well, so it's a process. But you have to do it slowly and carefully. As you can see, I'm getting through to the yolk. And basically what you're doing is you're drilling a 5/16 hole in the egg. Now this one I'm doing on the bottom or on the side because I actually paint these into little rabbits and birds and stuff like that. And when I'm painting my emules, I do the hole in the bottom. So then you can see, don't know if you can see, the white, that's the membrane from the inside. You want to kind of grab that really gently and just pull out the bits of it that you can get a hang on. See if I can find another. This is a skewer, and it's handy to kind of just get a hang on that. Basically what I do is I just try to get the membrane around off the hole. Okay, so this is what I'm going to blow it out of. I'm going to blow it in this bag because I cook them for my dog. You can see it coming out. Let me just fix this a bit. Now this is a 2-cup measuring cup and a 1-quart bag. I'm blowing in the little hole from the top. Really good for your cheeks. Try not to spit in it because that's just yucky. Oh boy, I'm old. Take a little bit of the membrane off the top here. Almost done. Now, every now and again, some of the membrane will actually start coming out. So you can just grab a hold of it. It's quite heavy and thick. And it's good if you can get it out of the way because it makes it easier to blow them out. But you got to be careful with this hole because if you click on it or use anything really hard like the actual drill bit to do this, then you will end up chipping away at your hole and making it bigger, which you really don't want to do. Unless you really don't care. I mean, I've got some when I first started that was drilling out with a 1/2-inch spade bit that put a massive hole in them, and it's just ugly. I tried doing this with canned air. I wouldn't advise it. Canned air blew the egg apart. Now you can use the skewer to poke in. Because sometimes the yolk is just so thick that you can't get it to break down. Oof. My goodness. I never said it was easy. Nothing that's any good is ever easy. You might want to keep that in mind. Yuck. Okay, that was just a piece of membrane stuck on my lip. There's got to be something holding that back. It's not usually that stubborn. Now what I do when I'm all done doing this is I'll wash it out really well. You see what it was? It's a piece of membrane that was stuck. You can pull that out. And you can see how thick that is. Ugh. Okay, it feels yucky, but it's out. There you go. So now that I have egg everywhere, you got your hole here, and look how nice and neat that is. See that? And a hole in the top. So now I'm going to wash out the egg, and we'll be back. So here I'm at the sink, and you can see the holes in the egg. So what I try to do is get the hot water going, and you basically just fill the egg. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's really hot. You can stick a skewer in one end and hold it with the skewer if the water's too hot. But it's good to get the most hot water you can. We have one of those instant on-demand hot water heaters, so it just heats it when it's running. Basically, I fill it until the water starts coming out the hole. I've got the skewer in, or the end hole, and then I, hot, 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 hot. Give it a good shake. This is just a rinse system. See the whole air stuff coming out? This is just rinsing. You can see some yolk and everything still coming out. Now, I haven't put any soap in this, but it looks soapy, doesn't it? But that's strictly egg. And that's one of the reasons why you can make really good hand soap using an egg recipe. Let me tell you something. If you want to make a giant hand soap recipe, this would be the egg to use. Now, a lot of people just throw them away, but I love to give them to my dog because it makes her really, really happy. And if I'm making a really large recipe of something, I actually, now I'm just pulling out some membrane, I actually use these for making quiche and casseroles and stuff like that, but they're really rich. So if you use one, make certain that you try a little bit of it first, because a lot of people can't eat these eggs because they're really, really rich. You see, I knocked off a little piece here. Now I can fix that when I'm painting the egg. But I'm just trying to get that membrane out of there. It just makes it easier to clean. So once again, we're going to fill it full of water, about halfway. Turn it on hard enough so I can get the hot water running. And then use my trusty Joy, which is the only kind of stuff that I can use in my house because I have MCS. That's multiple chemical sensitivities. So there's no fragrances or anything in my house. A lot of people are having that problem nowadays. Now, I didn't use water quite so hot, and I've got my thumb over this hole and my finger over this hole, and we're giving it a good shake. Roll that out of the way. We're going to give it a really good shake. This loosens the inside membrane, and it also cleans all the crap out of the inside of the egg. Okay, I'm going to blow this out again. Oh, you see that membrane is getting stuck again. And look at that. I can pull that out of there. See that? That's the inside membrane. That's the membrane that actually wraps the baby. Look at that. Ugh. Okay, looks pretty cool when it's all cleaned out. Oh, there's some more. You see how thick that is? You can't even see my finger through it hardly. And to rinse it out, start it up again. And give it a good rinse. Where's the whole end? So basically I just hold it at an angle. And we'll see if we can get the bottom of the egg there. Ow, 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 ow. Hot, hot, hot. Just want to set the egg down for a second. Turn that water off. Give it a rinse. And set you back down. And you can see the two holes. You might hear my turkey chick in the background. She was born yesterday. Now what I'm going to do is run a little bit through the top hole, and because this hole is this high, we're going to see the hole here and the hole here. I'm going to run some through the top hole until it actually starts to come out. So watch your fingers, because when the water's really hot, you don't want to scald yourself at all. And trust me, these on-demand hot water heaters get really wicked hot. And you can see coming out the side there. See, that's running clear. So that's giving the egg a really good rinse. And if you're impatient, you can just give it a blow. It's easier to do when the holes are opposite each other. But overall, now I will set that to dry in a cup that I have somewhere. Hold on. Here it is. Here's the cup. And I set that down. There's a paper towel inside, so I can set it up like that and it'll finish draining out. And we'll go back over and clean up the egg. Now here we are back at the egg in the bag. You want to make sure that there's no egg on the top. Make sure that's all cleaned off with a nice clean dishcloth. My mother made this before she passed away. So I use the hefty bags a lot more than Ziplocs, because although they say, oh, triple Ziploc, you can never get the damn things open. So I zip it, and I've loaded on it February 4th, and that'll go in the freezer until the dog's ready for more breakfast.